Good evening. The topic I chose is the physician-assisted death debate in America. There are many people that are for assisted death, physician-assisted death, and many people that are not. Today, I'd like to discuss some of the different opinions regarding physician-assisted death and how civic discourse plays an important role. In my speech, I'd like to go over those various views and standpoints to give you a better understanding as to why people are torn when it comes to legalizing physician-assisted death. Lastly, I'd like to go over the qualities of civic discourse and how they play a role in the debate. Now that I've addressed the issue we're facing as a country, I'd like to give some examples of the individuals that aren't coming to an agreement, which I feel is an example of both productive and unproductive discourse. One instance I have found beneficial in displaying the different opinions of the matter is a news article released by CNN. The article gives insight on the thoughts of Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Neil Gorsuch, as well as giving the perspective of multiple victims of terminal illnesses. In the article, Gorsuch gives his opinion suggesting patients alleviate their symptoms with the appropriate pain medications, but that death by administering a lethal amount of medication is inhumane. He uses his firsthand experience with his father as an example. The patients with terminal illness, on the other hand, have a very different outlook. They just want their suffering to be over. One of the people in the article that supports physician-assisted death is Dan Diaz. He is the widower of Brittany Menard. Having an incurable brain tumor, she chose to end her life peacefully. And although you can see Dan's emotion in the interview, you can also see that he is at peace to know his wife passed in the most humane way possible without having to suffer in the way that she was told she would. These very different opinions pave the way for civic discourse. Furthermore, there are many specific qualities of civic discourse that are involved in this matter. The first quality I'd like to mention is listening. Listening to the opinions of the individuals that oppose assisted death and their reasoning behind their opinions. And listening to the opinions of individuals that are pro-assisted death. Most of the time, they are the ones that are facing a terminal illness or have helped a loved one with a terminal illness. This quality has an impact on civic discourse because you gain a better understanding of each side by taking the time to listen. The next quality I feel is the most important quality because it lets you see things from another person's perspective. And that quality is learning. Learning the pros of assisted death and learning the stories of the people that suffer from terminal illness. Learning about the different views is so important because you get to see it from the insider's perspective. You can see the struggle from their point of view and not just from your own opinion. It helps you to understand why people, in fact, are pro-assisted death. And the third and final quality I feel is important in this topic is provisionality. I feel provisionality is important because people's opinions are always changing. Also, new laws and regulations are being passed. This brings new views and new arguments to the table. And also with new laws passed, it gives patients new opportunities. In conclusion, physician-assisted death will always be something of a battle between citizens and lawmakers and their various opinions on both sides. I feel with continual productive discourse, there can be a solution, but with that, of course, comes some unproductive discourse due to such strong opinions on both sides. With the qualities like listening, learning, and provisionality, I can see a majority of the people of America coming together to stand for the rights of individuals suffering with terminal illnesses. Thank you very much.